Let's talk about something most people feel, but very few people ever speak out loud. Loneliness. It's that heavy, hollow feeling, like something's missing. Even if you're surrounded by people, scrolling through social media, attending parties, or even sharing a bed with someone, you can still feel completely alone. And let me say this right now, you are not broken. You are not strange. You're not weak. You're human. And being human means having a heart that craves connection. Real, deep, soul-nourishing connection. But when that connection is missing, or feels distant, it hurts. That's why in this video we're going to explore the deeper reasons why you might be feeling this way, and more importantly, how you can gently start healing it, one step at a time. So if you've been carrying that invisible weight on your chest, take a breath, let it out slowly, and let's walk through this together. You're not alone here anymore. The very first thing I want you to hear and truly believe is this. You are not alone in feeling lonely. It might feel isolating. It might feel like you're the only one in the world carrying that heavy ache in your chest. But the truth is, millions of people feel the exact same way right now. Right this second. And it doesn't matter how old you are, where you live, how many friends you have, or whether you're in a relationship. Loneliness doesn't always come from the outside. Sometimes, it's a silence inside your heart. It's not just about being alone in a room. It's about feeling unseen, unheard, disconnected from the people around you, even from yourself. Sometimes the loneliest place isn't when you're by yourself. It's when you're in a room full of people who don't truly see you. But here's the beautiful thing. Once you understand where that loneliness is coming from, it becomes something you can face, gently explore, and begin to heal. Because you're not weak for feeling lonely. You're human. And that means you're wired for connection. Real, meaningful connection. And healing starts with the simple truth. You're not alone in this. Reason number 1. Lack of emotional connection. Let's talk about one of the most common, and often invisible, causes of loneliness. A lack of emotional connection. You might be surrounded by conversations every day, but if those conversations stay on the surface, it can leave you feeling deeply empty. We talk, but sometimes we don't really listen. We reply to texts, react to stories, comment on posts. But none of that replaces the feeling of truly being seen, heard, and understood. Real connection goes deeper than words. It's about vulnerability. It's about being able to say, "Hey, I'm struggling," without feeling judged. It's about someone knowing who you really are, beyond the smile, beyond the highlight reel. And unfortunately, in today's world, we're more connected than ever, but emotionally more distant than we've ever been. How to deal with it? Start by making small, brave steps. Open up, even just a little more, with someone you already trust. Share something a bit more real than you normally would. Instead of, "How was your day?" try asking, "What's something that's been on your mind lately?" And if you don't feel like you have that kind of connection in your current circle, that's okay too. Go where deeper connection is possible. Join a support group. Try a community class or hobby club. Volunteer for a cause that matters to you. Even online communities can offer real, heartfelt conversations. Because connection doesn't just happen by chance. It happens when someone chooses to show up with honesty and presence. That someone can be you. And you'd be surprised how many others are silently waiting for that same kind of realness. Reason number 2, self-isolation from past hurt. Sometimes the reason we feel lonely isn't because people are rejecting us. It's because we've started pulling away without even realizing it. Not out of selfishness, but out of protection. Maybe you've been hurt before. A breakup that left you shattered. A friend who betrayed your trust. A time when you opened up and were judged instead of embraced. So you started building walls to keep pain out. But here's the hard truth. Those same walls that keep you safe also keep connection out. You start avoiding deep conversations. You stop reaching out first. You tell yourself you're fine alone, but inside you're aching to be understood again. How to deal with it? You don't need to tear those walls down all at once. You just need to open a small window. Let one person in, slowly. Start with little acts of vulnerability. A genuine message. A deeper conversation. A moment of honesty. And here's the beautiful part. Healing doesn't happen in isolation. It happens in safe, healthy relationships. Ones that remind you not everyone will hurt you. You're not weak for wanting connection. You're human. And the moment you start allowing love and support back in, little by little, is the moment loneliness begins to lose its grip. Reason number 3, lack of purpose or fulfillment. Here's something we don't talk about enough. Loneliness isn't always about people. Sometimes it's about purpose. When your days feel empty, when you're just going through the motions. Wake up, work, eat, sleep, repeat. you can start to feel disconnected from life itself. And when you don't feel lit up from within, even if you're surrounded by others, that inner void remains. Because at the core of human connection is meaning. How to deal with it? Start by asking yourself, what excites me? What matters to me? What would make me feel alive again, even in small doses? You don't need a life-changing mission tomorrow. But maybe it's picking up that creative hobby you abandoned. Maybe it's volunteering for a cause that speaks to your heart. Maybe it's learning a new skill that energizes your mind. When you do things that align with your values and passions, you start to reconnect with yourself. And naturally, you begin attracting people who resonate with your energy, your purpose, your vibe. Because connection isn't just found in conversations, it's found in shared meaning. And when you start feeling fulfilled from within, loneliness doesn't stand a chance. Reason number 4, comparing your life to others. Let's be honest, we all do it sometimes. Scrolling through Instagram, seeing smiling couples, exciting adventures, picture-perfect lives. And then we glance at our own reality, and it feels like we're falling behind. Comparison is the thief of joy and the seed of loneliness. Because what you're seeing isn't the full picture, it's the highlight reel. The best moments, filtered, curated, and timed to impress. What you don't see are the arguments, the loneliness behind the smiles, the silent struggles behind the scenes. And yet, your mind starts whispering, why don't I have that? What's wrong with me? Why am I so alone? But the truth is, nothing is wrong with you. You're human. And your life doesn't need to look like someone else's to be beautiful or meaningful. How to deal with it? Start by protecting your mental space. If social media drains you, take a break, even just for a few hours a day. Unfollow accounts that make you feel less than. Follow people who inspire you, not make you compare. And here's something simple but powerful. Practice daily gratitude. Write down 3 things you're thankful for every single day. Could be your morning coffee, a kind message, or simply getting out of bed. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's already here. And when you train your brain to see what's good, you naturally feel more connected to life. Reason number 5, not feeling seen or valued. Have you ever been in a room full of people and still felt completely invisible? Like you're always giving, always showing up, but no one really sees you for who you are? That kind of loneliness cuts deep. Because it's not about being alone, it's about not feeling valued, appreciated, or truly recognized. Sometimes we're surrounded by people who are comfortable with our presence, but indifferent to our essence. You become the person others lean on, but rarely check in with. The one who's there for everyone, but quietly wondering, who's there for me? How to deal with it? Start by getting honest about your environment. Are you in spaces where you're celebrated, or merely tolerated? Don't settle for relationships where your energy is drained, your light is dimmed, or your value is overlooked. Seek out people who see your brilliance, not just your usefulness. And here's the real key, it starts with you. When you begin treating yourself like you matter, when you speak kindly to yourself, protect your peace, and own your worth, the world begins to respond differently. People treat you based on the standard you set for yourself. So be the first to value you, and you'll attract others who do the same. Loneliness is not a life sentence, it's a signal. A sign that you crave deeper connection, purpose, and presence. You're not alone in feeling lonely, but you do have the power to reconnect, to yourself and to others. If this spoke to you, share your thoughts in the comments below. You never know who might feel less alone just by reading your story. Like this video, subscribe for more real talk, and remember, you are worthy of love, connection, and belonging.